Your partnership is so striking, as is your optimism amid so much instability in the world. As you think of about 2016, do you each have different priorities? Are you focusing on women and girls? Bill, are you focused on polio, or do you both kind of get together and have like a top 2 or 5 list of what you want to do?
Well, we have a shared vision for the foundation and where we want to go. Shared vision around disease eradication, a shared vision around vaccination, a shared vision of making the world better for people. And so at the end of the day, that is what we are about as a couple. Now, do we take priority focus areas so that we can really push them forward? Absolutely. And Bill's really been with the team behind the push on polio and getting it done. And I've really been behind this push on making sure that women have access to contraceptives all over the world because they're asking us for them. So we sometimes will take our own priority areas, but when we're in a country, when Bill's in Nigeria, which he just was, he's also talking about family planning. And when I'm in other countries like India, I'm talking about the issues that Bill's talking about as well. So it is very much a shared passion and a shared mission.
Mm-hmm. And Bill, you remain optimistic despite all the headlines and
more than ever. I mean, the rate of innovation in biological stuff, just take the gene editing stuff. It's amazing. The way we're going to use digital tools in education, the way we're going to be able to measure governance and see where things aren't being delivered, it's fantastic.
And one very last question, Syria, some of these countries that have just been torn apart by war, are you worried about disease and some of the problems that we thought were solved coming back?
Well, we did have polio cases come into that region, including Syria and Iraq, because although they'd run a good vaccination system, then when the Civil War broke out, that broke down. And so there's lots of childhood deaths that aren't directly related to war, but the civil system's not being in place. We were able to go in with some great NGO partners and get polio out of that area. But instability is awful for malnutrition, for women being safe, so many things. And so the world is seeing that, that one civil war is sending waves out. And so minimizing that is an important goal. We've given a lot to help with the refugee problems.
There's nothing more tragic than going into a refugee camp. I mean, really, to see the situation that these families who had great lives and jobs, that they've had to uproot themselves, it is a tragedy. And I think on the health front, it's at least encouraging to see that there's now a stockpile of vaccines for something like cholera, so we're not getting these huge cholera outbreaks in these camps. But there's a lot of work to be done. As much as we can have peaceful and prosperous and stable societies, you can just make so much more happen for people so much quicker.
Thanks so much for your time. We look forward to seeing what you accomplish in 2016.
Thank you.